What's up guys, Damien here, and today we're going to be taking a quick look at the new flagship 3x3 from Chuki, the Valk 3 Power M. So the packaging is actually pretty cool. This sleeve goes over the box, and then whenever you open the box, you just pop out this front piece. It's magnetic, of course. Folds over, and then there's the cube, just sitting at a diagonal like that. And it looks like in the packaging you get some more of the cards with mats on them, some more QR codes, a sticker which I actually like, and then there is this cloth. I assume it's to clean the puzzle. I don't know if I'll actually be using it for that. I'll probably use it to clean my glasses, but it's actually embroidered or stamped with the Valk logo, which is pretty cool, I think. And the next thing you notice are these massive springs in here. Now I don't know if these are different springs than are actually in the puzzle, but we'll see that in just a second. And here it is. In your hands, it feels basically just like a Valk. And let me put it next to a Valk just to show you. The size, I think, is exactly the same. Yep, it is. So this is another 55.5 millimeter 3x3. And turning is actually really smooth. More so than the Valk whenever you first turn it. I don't really know how to explain it, but it just feels softer, if that makes any sense. And something that really stands out is the almost unstable feel of this puzzle. It just feels like there's more playroom whenever you're turning it. Now, if you're familiar with the Valk, it kind of feels rigid and not really blocky because that's a negative term, but it just feels stable. And that's something I really liked about the Valk, as well as a lot of other people. But since we're already comparing the two, let's go ahead and take this apart and compare the pieces to the Valk. Now at first glance, the edges look almost identical. The ridges on the sides are the same shape, even if there is one less on the Valk Power. And while they've done away with that hole under the torpedo, the general shape of the edge is basically identical to the Valk. But there is one glaring difference here, and that is that it is now a capped design on the Valk Power. With the Valk edge, you can just pull it apart. And this inner torpedo part is just a separate part entirely. You can just take it out and do whatever you want with it. But on the Valk Power, you can see that it's actually a capped design. So if you get your nail down in there and pull, you can see that these just come off and they just separate just like that. And there are the magnets. You can see that there are slots in this puzzle, just like with the Air SM. And when you put these two caps back on the edge, it actually holds the magnet in place. So there is still a need for glue, but I'm just happy to see that Chuki has accepted that magnets are here to stay and they need to start incorporating them into the design. So that's a definite positive. And the corners are basically the same story as with the edges. The ridges on the corners are actually exactly the same as with the Valk. And the geometry is identical, aside from the fact that they filled in the cuts that were in the Valk on the Valk Power. And the center design is exactly the same. I honestly can't find a single difference. So on the left is one of the springs that came in the puzzle, and this is one of the ones that came extra in the package. Now, even though this one looks larger, it's because this one's been compressed, but honestly they feel about the same. So these must just be replacement springs. Even though I don't think it'll be extremely useful, it's pretty cool that they included these. Now a difference that I did find that I think is pretty cool is the fact that Chuki put these metal threads inside the core. And the reason I like that is because it completely eliminates screws going in sideways or crooked, or you might get a screw started like this, and then when the threads catch, it has to bend back. And anyway, that would just do away with all of those problems, and I'm pretty happy with that innovation. So yeah, it's basically the same exact design as the Valk 3, aside from the primary plastic internals. So I'm not really sure where this unstable feel is coming from, because just like my Valk 3, this one is magnetic and it's comparable. These are a little bit lighter than what we put in the regular Valk 3s at the Cubicle, and I feel like that's not what's contributing to the unstable feel. So maybe it's setup, maybe it's the tensions and the lubing that goes into setting up a Valk 3 that I haven't done for this yet, because honestly, aside from dismantling this cube for this video, I haven't really played around with it. But like the Valk 3, this is a very good puzzle. Now I don't know how much research has actually went into improvement. As you can see, the only major changes weren't in the geometry of the pieces, it was more so the construction of them. So they went from a split piece design to a cap design, and they added some slots for magnets, as well as the metal threads in the core. But other than that, there weren't that many changes. So I'm actually not that impressed with this puzzle. Now, I've heard from Phil that the Valk 3 Power isn't necessarily a successor to the Valk 3, but the power line is going to be something completely different, like a new branch of puzzles. But judging by the geometry of the pieces, this is basically a Valk 3. So I don't really know where that's coming from, and I don't know that I agree with it. But either way, this is a really good puzzle, and if you liked the Valk 3, you'll definitely like the Valk 3 Power. It's easily as good, and maybe once I can get the setup correct, it might be better. But maybe I'll come back and do a review on this puzzle in a week or so. Let me know if you want me to down in the comments. But I really hope you guys liked this quick look. Sorry if it wasn't so quick. This quick look at the Valk 3 Power M. Now there is a non-magnetic version, and both of them are up for pre-order at thecubicle.us. I'll link that down in the description. So thanks to them for sponsoring this video and letting me bring this thing home, because there aren't that many of these out there, and I'm super happy to get to make this video. So give it a thumbs up if you enjoyed. I really hope you did. And as always, guys, you'll hear from me really soon. Talk to you later. Bye.